to Darkside Afternoon. Kanikapu.
Aloha Kako, January 23rd, 2021, DHP, episode 62. Aloha Kako. Welcome to the afternoon Darkside of Hawaiian politics today.
Hey.
Let's go. Weather, Moko Keawe today. North, highs 70, low 65. Out your east, high 76, your low 66. South, high 69, 66 low. West, 77, high, low 67. He'enalu moko keawe, your north-facing shores, 3 to 4. Be careful, be safe. If you don't have it, stay out of the water today. Your east, Honolulu, they speaking 4 to 6, peaking. Be safe if you're out there. Social distancing, and make sure your protocols are tight. Out at the south 4 to 6, same thing. If you guys are safe, Makaala out there, the waves are pretty big. And down your west 3 to 4, Moko Keawe weather. Homework.
Hit him with that black box. Aloha. Auina la. Ko Hawaii Pai Aina. It's the dark side afternoon. Beautiful day out here in Hamakua as we get into the full moons in this beautiful time of Makali'i. But again, we always start the day off looking at the dark side, the real side, the truth, but also the beginning of the injustice that we have to deal with today, that we still deal with today in occupied Hawaii, Ko Hawaii Pai Aina, the Kingdom of the Hawaiian Islands. So today is Law 46,758, and that's 128 years and 1 week if you're counting. We just celebrated or commemorated, I guess. Mournfully commemorated, right? Another year of this prolonged occupation, this injustice on our people, on our lands, on our Aina. But again, 1,538 weeks or months actually, and 6,679 weeks. So law 46,758 of this fake state shenaniganry. The fake state, of course, inheriting that injustice from the provisional government, from the Republic of Hawaii, from the white supremacists who destroy the earth over. And now we got that out of the way, and we wiped the makapiapias from our eyes. Let's hit them with the olelo no'eau of the day. And with that, we hit them back to the root. Number 1025 from Mary Kavena Puku'is Puke, olelo no'eau, is ho'i ho ika mole. Ho'i ho ika mole.
Ho'i ho.
Return to the taproot. Yeah? So even with all this injustice,
the tap root.
Kolo ka ewe ika I ewe. Ho'i ke kanaka ika aina. Ho'i ho ika mole. Yeah, kanaka come home. We returning
Ho'i ho.
kuleana, to our rightful places in this pai aina. And it all starts with the roots. So let's do that. Back to the Hawaiian Kingdom, baby. The tap root.
Well,
Eola. What we got today? What we got on the chopping block
62,
today?
let's go.
You got something special for us?
No, just the same old business, but
old fake steak.
Let's go. Let's wrap up just for this week.
Okay, what we got? 30 mils.
So here we go, Kako. First one up, 30 million for the state cesspool party. Ige seeks 30 million to repair capitals reflecting cesspools. A lot of state makers questions the project. So, Kako, if you guys been paying attention, 30 million has been designated by Dung Beetle Ige to go ahead and fix this everlasting problem of if you guys been there, I know you guys been there. It's a really beyond sore eye. It shows the really mismanagement, but the 30 million, I believe it's a slap in the face for the Hawaiian people and the community that are facing this COVID pandemic and all of these frustrations that are happening right now. And this is one of the main ones, 30 million. So I think that's where we have to set it. I believe this is definitely a collusion with the state. They feel like it's more important to fix their cesspool than it is to put Hawaiians on, or it's more important than education for our keikis. There's so many at risk right now that this 30 million could help alleviate some pressure. With that being said, homework, What you think about the 30 mil?
Well, there's that magical number again, right? The $30 million. Every
million.
time we look to the state, they're talking about 30 million. Whether it's that's what they paid us in the past because they cut a deal with themselves for ceded lands or seized land settlements, or whether they're pulling numbers out of their okole for a casino on Hawaiian homelands while there's actually 30,000 Hawaiians waiting on a list, right? So that 30,000 number, I see it quite a bit with the fake state of Hawaii. It's almost like that's their magic number,
Yeah.
right? So it's just to me, it's laughable.
Well, what are the solutions you're talking? Mala,
Right.
draining it.
No. A moat around the palace, right? Or a moat around the fake state's palace,
Yeah.
basically. And the Alawai Canal of a moat that
It's
it
the
is.
Hawaii Canal.
Right? And they can't even flush the doo-doo the right way over there, downtown Honolulu, right? So $30 million, that's what we're supposed to be getting with this new casino, right? $30 million for a new toilet for the
You're right.
fake state.
30 million everywhere, right?
How about you guys just pass out some more $30 million solutions for the Lahui?
Right.
And we'll keep smashing on
Right.
the doo-doo. Hopefully no hit the fan, right?
This is just like another, this is like the extension of the Alawai, right? With all the rule makings and the shenanigans that take place out at this capital upon the Aboriginal people. It's really a shit show for what it is, and they're
totally.
outside of their house shows exactly what we're saying.
So how about just give the 30 mil to Hawaiian Homes? There we go. Problem solved, right? We killed two total birds with one stone.
Nah, don't give them to Isla. Give them to Isla. So next one up, Kako.
Back
That
up.
was just a little startup and a warm up, because those things just irritate our community to the fullest, and nothing right after doesn't stop. So Hawaii House Speaker launches probe of state auditor, Mr. Scott Saiki. Yeah, he continues this pattern. Well, we know that there is misfaults within the state, but he wants to press Mr. Lescondo a little bit more. So basically, an audit of the auditor's
Shake?
office.
Is this the squeeze? Is
So-
this the
so-
shake or the shake?
I don't think you
Squeeze of the
guys,
squeeze?
it's the squeeze of a squeeze. So basically, an audit of the auditor's office. I like the sound of that, Kako. So you audit the boss, right? And everybody's getting scammed, right? Everybody say it wasn't me. Everybody got together and said, hey, you know what, team? Let's audit the boss. I know we haven't been getting enough shots off this quarter that we usually get. And we've been seeing a dramatic loss in all phases of our credibility. And so we have to look at the auditor's office. And so that is,
Audit the auditor,
you guys got to go
right?
check it out, man.
Oh
when
my
you guys have
God, the shit
a
show.
chance, Civil Beat continuing to do the hard stories that is just continuing to roll out so effortlessly.
Oh yeah, it's rolling out all right.
These people, Psyche pointed out that they want to audit the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, right? They want to audit the 3 mil in the general funds to OHA. These people are looking over every rock that they possibly can for any penny that has not been redeemed. And so watch out, everybody. This is how it works right now.
Yep.
People are going to audit the auditors, and they're going to audit the Native Hawaiians who don't have nothing. Just watch out.
More fake state shenanigans, right? Audit the auditor. Why? Because he's actually doing his job. He's uncovering the dirt of the fake state. He's making you guys look kapulu, right? Making you guys look like you're not taking care of business properly. Well, guess what? The truth, baby,
truth.
right? And so mahalo to the auditor
Yeah.
for taking his time to write searing letters and audits of these fake state agencies.
Les Kondo.
Because they can't even get their job right? Whether it's CARES Act funds, or it's, federal supplements,
Homelessness.
or, or, all of these different pork barrel funds, The fake state is notoriously corrupt and notoriously negligent at taking care of their people, the Aina, the resources. And where did it all go, right? Like the rail, where did all of these funds go? So I think what I see in this is the auditors, guys, is maybe ruffling up a little bit too many feathers with the state. And now the bosses, right, the old boys in the Senate and the House, they say, hey, we're going to squeeze the squeeze, right?
Squeeze the
We're going to squeeze this handshake and say, hey, you better knock it off, guys.
Oh.
Mash these fools.
Squeeze the squeeze.
Keep squeezing them, Kondo. Keep
Kondo.
squeezing them.
Squeeze them.
These buggers is kapulu. That's the only way actually we're going to clean up this mess is we get good audits. We have full disclosure from fake state entities, governing officials, agents, and collaborators. And, that's the only way we're going to be able to move forward. And ho'iho ikamole out of Hawaiian Kingdom.
Ho'iho ikamole.
Anyway.
No. That's definitely where we want to step everything up.
Yeah.
So next up, on the DHP, we got our favorite one that came out of everywhere, right? So here we go. This is what happens when
Bust out the la'i, right?
bust out the la'i, because when Ige goes ahead and hires, right? You guys got it? Ige hires
This is
one of the kia'is.
This is a rare one.
This is a rare conversation to have. We have Ige appoints Laura. Could you see her name? Her last name?
No. Acasio.
Acasio.
Oh.
Laura Acasio to Kahele's former state Senate seat.
All right. So that's Senator Laura.
So this Senator Laura
to you
Acasio.
now. Yeah. All right.
So this is really quite an interesting turn in tide right now, because as you notice, the news blew up a story upon her entrance of a government appointed job, and tried to undercut basically her character. And so I'm not going to say well done to Ige, but I'm definitely going to say thumbs up to Laura. If you guys have a chance, check out her Facebook. Her opinions are her opinions alone and not of the employer that she is employed by.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I can't wait. Because we finally have someone that is from the community, has a great character, and she has continuously hold her stance and her views, which is very important for people to see. So once again, this is, I wouldn't want to say a smashing.
It's a rare good news.
This is a rare one for the Mauna.
Right.
And any wahine, mana wahine, that steps up for the Mauna, regardless color or ethnicity, we take that in a very high regards to a positive 2021. At least we have one on the board that we know.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, this, like I was gonna say, this is a rare occasion, right? Usually we gotta smash on these appointments because Ige likes to put his little friends and his little special interests in there. But here we actually have somebody, like you said, an educator, somebody from the community, well respected. She's a great family mother. You know, her ohana is very a'apo, very smart, which reflects on the ohana, of course. And so, this is a good thing for our people. She's also a protector of the Mauna, as we can see. And she even called to impeach this little bugger.
I was waiting for that one.
Called to impeach the
I was waiting for that
one. Show some respect
Put
on
some
that
respect
name.
on that one, right?
Yes. And, Ige, you get a little bit of tea leaf, too. We can wrap your doodle ball up with some tea leaf today. Just because, you get a little bit of points for putting in somebody who put a point to you.
Yes.
My kai.
I
like what I see. And we follow this because there might be a catch.
There
might be a catch. Like we saw with the newspapers and with the media, right? They blew up over it. They use it as fodder to create this whole, the whole back and forth bipartisan American debate over it. You know what I mean? Over TMT, over whatever, right? So we just keep keep track, right? We
Keep track. Encouragement, right?
Maika, you know.
Good job.
Like this.
And so next
Yeah.
one up, the COVID freak out, right? We're gonna go straight into the COVID
And it's
freak out.
always cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Ah.
COVID freak out time, baby.
So
Pull the
if you
pockets out of you.
guys have been on notice for quite some time,
I'm sure you saw these headlines.
so you guys must be aware that Hawaii right now is getting jacked from the federal government.
Of course.
Or should I say from the state of Hawaii?
Right. Who's
Because the
screwing who?
state of Hawaii has done it again, y'all.
There you go.
They have done it again. If it wasn't good for the earlier fraud of the Defense Department and the state of Hawaii frauding millions of dollars, right? Earlier this year, now we have this, a 700 million possible payback for the business owners. I am stunned. It feels that you, the GP, and the Hawaiian people have to be cautious even of the government stimulus, because somehow the federal mandates are avoided, neglected, and the cashes are still being distributed, but you don't read the whole letter of the possibility of this is not even a stimulus, or this is not even an unemployment, right? This is for you guys to pay back. It's almost like a loan that you was not ready to obtain, or let alone understand. So for you business owners out there who are struggling, this should not be one of your struggles during the pandemic of life. And I feel that this has to be a collusion above the state, but the state has a big play in it.
It's another fear tactic.
It's
right?
another
It's
fear
another fear
tactic.
tactic. This isn't something that should surprise anybody, but the way that it's presented, the headlines, the negligence of the state, you know, the track record, you know what I mean? Yeah, it makes for a pretty fearful situation when you look at it, right? So it looks like what this article is trying to say is, you know, businesses, Hawaii's businesses may be on the hook for some of this $700 million that the state of Hawaii
Crazy.
borrowed from the feds
Borrowed.
so that it could pay out unemployment claims.
For the state.
Mind you, there's thousands of claims that haven't been met, you know, that haven't been taken care of or served. You know, thousands of claims, unemployment claims.
Thousands.
You know, and people still who can't make that claim. And there's all this fraudulence happening, all these little scams happening, right? As we've seen over the weeks, over the course of the pandemic, people tapping into the unemployment and getting millions of dollars doing it, right? With shell companies and with shell organizations so that they can just collect and suck on the teat while it's nice and fat and juicy, right? So, you know, I'm not sure who's at fault here, other than to know for a fact that the state doesn't do a good job at taking care of its funds. So the state, you know, you guys is just a travesty. We gotta smash. We gotta
Right.
keep smashing on you guys for your negligence, for your lack of responsibility, especially your fiscal responsibility.
Which is an F every year.
Yep.
The fiscal F every year. And so
F plus.
F plus. Next one up. You know, you guys just keeping track of this. We've been on the COVID freak out, and we knew like the 60,000 tickets that were thrown out, right? And the judge finally came to their senses and dismissed the Surgeon General Anderson from the COVID charges that he received from going to a closed park during COVID restrictions in Honolulu, Jerome Adams. And this is what the state of Hawaii does. They will go after individuals, as you guys know, that they were trying to catch the general surgeon for COVID overtime fraud. So the state of
Trying to
Hawaii
catch each other,
was
right?
trying to, everybody's auditing
Trying
each
to
other.
Squeeze each other on the
Everybody's
handshake.
squeezing each other.
Who got the strongest squeeze, right?
You know, man.
Okay.
Just like what Homework said. I mean, everybody's squeezing each other because they were trying to create a romantic charge of federal time that was stolen or misused from a federal worker, which would be the head surgeon general that was located in Honolulu, Hawaii, for the pandemic that was taking place at its peak. So he's been here for a while, and they initiated these tickets claiming he was in violation. Then they went after the overtime pay that he was receiving while violating. And then they say, nah, we got more dangerous people out there to take care of. And that's the wrap on the
Nice big sideshow, right? Federal
60,000
sideshow.
plus. 60,000 plus tickets have continued to disappear as if there was no pandemic at all.
Yeah, look over there. Look at what's happening over there, guys. Because they don't want you to see what's right under your nose. Right? That's what I see this.
This is just another
the point
way.
and shoot.
You guys gotta understand. You guys gotta remember how the discrimination works, how they focus in, they create this. The only reason why he was able to beat this case is because he's a surgeon general, and he probably got a pardon from his boss on the way out, one of the 100 pardons. So, with that being said,
Party on, guard.
that's why we knew that this was not going to stick, and let alone they were going to try and tax him for overtime paying during COVID. This is what they do to local people, and they throw them away for years.
Yep.
They create this horrible animal with lapa'au in his pocket, and then you take a 20-year vacation. But this is what the state does.
And then you gotta pay for it too, or we gotta pay for it, right? Or taxpayers have to
Right.
pay for it.
So you guys got to pay attention during
Extortion.
this COVID time, because people are getting extorted.
Right.
People are getting extortions out there.
They're headhunting, right?
They're
like
targeting.
being the top of the head, right? Replace that bugger with somebody new. Right?
And you
A
guys
new
gotta-
face will smash.
Maka'ala, be safe. Don't leave if you don't got to. Be essential.
Be essential.
And so-
Kanakas is essential no matter what. Don't let them forget.
The back half.
All right, back half. Let's
back
chop
half.
it up. The rapid chop, baby.
DHP,
So what
CB.
we got? A 630 billion,
We can go
630,000 pound toxic cocktail. All right.
Civil
Sounds like
beat.
Pearl Harbor.
Continues to give the business. EPA Hawaii military bases dumped 630,000 pounds of toxic nitrate into the ocean. So, yeah, right? So this,
That can't be good for the
the
coral
Joint
reef.
Base Pearl Harbor Hickam led the release of 540 pounds according to Environmental Protection Agency toxins release inventory. The rest, more than 86,000 pounds, came from the U.S. Marine Corps base, Hawaii in Kaneohe. So the inventory released last week tracks permitted chemicals, waste activities, nearly 22,000 facilities across the country. That includes, open your PPL, 31 Hawaii facilities that meet the EPA's thresholds for the amount of chemicals released. So it's legal, Kako, to discharge. Yeah?
Right.
Go ahead, check out the civil beat written by
That's the
Yu
thing.
Young Jung. It's about 7 minutes. Check it out.
This is just a
Just a
fact.
tip.
This is just a tip on the iceberg, right? They're just talking about nitrates here.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to talk about the depleted uranium oxide. They don't want to talk about all the different.
If you don't want to wake up,
agrochemicals.
don't read this
Right.
article.
So
Right.
I just, another pollutant, another opala, and another waste from the fake state.
Staggering.
Another one, 128 years, and this is what we've grown accustomed to. So Hawaiians out there, don't allow these kind of things to make you complacent and to glaze your eyes over like, oh, another one, yeah, we got to do something about these kind of things. We have to expect and we have to demand higher standards from our from the people in power.
I got an idea. What about all you ex-military Aloha Aina now present? Start doing a little occupation.
Caught my attention.
Right?
Yeah.
Why don't you guys, ex-military, present Aloha Aina leaders, step up and take on this kuleana? I think this was meant for you guys, the nonprofits who continue to lead in such ways out there with the military background and credentials. And that's where I see this needs to take it. We have all these military, ex-military, that are in the Aloha Aina movement in high positions with skills.
Today, yeah? National crisis.
Well, we gotta heed their specialties. We gotta heed their skills. We gotta use it to the Lahui's advantage and let everybody know that you are a proud military Kanaka that wants to help with these toxins, because it's not just important to protect certain Aina. I think for our military Kanakas, this is where the battle starts. Right in your backyard, protecting your honua and your Aina.
The discharges.
Your discharges.
Right, whether it's honua, whether it's the U.S. military, right, whether it's your next door neighbors over here, right? Because they like to put all these guys right on Hawaiian homes. They like to put this right on sacred Hawaiian land. They like to put it on the top of the mountain, unlined and unaccountable.
Let's go, Kaikahele. Let's go, Kaikahele. This is what we need to get done, right?
Yeah, Kaikahele. Okay,
we need that done, right?
We'll get there.
So let's get it.
Okay, who's next?
Well, you guys heard the kahea this past week. But this kahea is truly why the back half we set it up the way we do.
Right.
From the military discharge into our oceans to the disrespect of our kupuna iwi.
The disregard.
So when we talk about the disrespect of our kupuna iwi, the Burial Council has criticized the state for the mismanagement of kupuna iwi, Hawaii News Now reports. But we know that this is beyond the state of Hawaii. This is a standard operations where you could have all of these kupuna iwi who are laying for rest in these specific areas known for centuries, and yet we cannot protect, we cannot get state agencies to come to meetings. We can't even get them to give a legal opinion. We can't even get them to say, yes, we could have an issue. So what we have experienced all over Kauai Aina, Bamoko Keawe, right? Where you have big landowners, agricultures that could just run over iwi kupuna and cemeteries out in Pu'uel Hilo, yeah? Or Ohana Kepo'o. And the agro business that continues see, right? These people can go over kupuna iwi, don't pay no fines, right? This is the days that we are living in. If you guys don't have an urgency, or you guys don't feel the urge to, we need to get connected.
Yes.
Because this is why the back half is so important. We are being barraged by the military pollutants, and we are being disrespected by foreigners on our national soil that decide to take out our kupuna at any given time. So the final conclusion to that is, do you think that they respect you as a living Kanaka?
Right.
I just leave it up to that homework as we gotta buckle down on these kind of things, because these are heavy conversations that we're having every week, and people shall not forget or get amnesia over these conversations.
Doesn't get any heavier than this, and and that's I mean, you see what it takes just to put this on the radar, just to make a splash or have these things change, right? Because we cannot allow the disregard, the disrespect, the desecration of our iwi kupuna.
For a faster rail.
because what's happening here, and you guys got to check out the video here and listen
Go ahead,
to
go
the
check it
words
out. Yes.
of all the burial council members who spoke out. Right?
Yes.
Because this isn't just an isolated incident. It is systemic racism, it's systemic abuse, it's genocidal policy, you guys. So we need to be proactive about taking care of this issue. We need to support the voices who are speaking out now, and we need to smash Shipti and the fake state of Hawaii for their negligence and their disregard for our iwi kupuna. I mean, this is just, it doesn't get any worse than having the state workers, right? Like these people who are tasked, they're paid to take care of these things, to be on top of it, right? I know myself personally, I put in different complaints to Shipti, myself personally, and these guys did not take care of business. They did not call back. They did not do their due diligence. They're sitting on their hands,
Right.
and I wonder where the pressure is coming from. I really would like to know, because if you listen to the burial council members, they paint a pretty sad picture.
We're fighting for our kupuna's rights, as they're not even here physically with us. We're still fighting that. And that alone should light the fire in you guys,
You
Kako.
fight your whole life, and even after, you still never.
Even
get
after
your-
you dead, they still want your bones.
These guys are sick. Guys.
So let's go, Kako. 2021. Let's be great.
No
This
more
is the year.
iwi kupuna desecration, right? No more disregard for
Higher
secret
standards
places.
and the rightful heirs to manage.
Oh,
Last up, as we like to hit it with the highs of the highs.
That's what
And
not
if you guys were in, you guys got to see KITV4 reports. KITV4 reports that the Biden clan wants to recognize federally the indigenous plants of Hawaii.
Oh,
But we cannot let that happen, guys. Kako, Ohana, Alahui. This is what we were discussing at Mauna Kea. We can pick and punch when we like, how we like, but it all boils down to this. If there is this looming effect of no treaty of annexation, this is for all our kupunas out there. We should not be doing deals with the devil. Right? Just because we have non-profits, just because we're government workers, government employees.
How the existing deals turned out, right? And just look at the existing
We
deals.
don't want that existing deals. This
Heck no.
is it right here.
No deals with black
Mauna
malls.
Kea was sold. Our kupuna iwi down Waimanalo. Ho'olave was sold before. This is the end of the colonializations that's been plotting and been genociding our communities and families for 100+ years. And they finally are coming to the conclusion that there's a lot of younger people that didn't get paid off.
Nope.
And yeah, all of the people that got paid off, the old souls, they're going home soon. And the house of cards is falling down. And that's why we know that all of these state workers, Kai Kahele, this message is for you.
Kai.
Hilo One,
You check us out, Kai.
Kai,
We gotta talk story.
the Hawaiians need justice. They need their aina back. They need their identity back. They need to be back with their ohana. And that's what's going to happen. Because federal recognition for the 1920 Hawaiian Homes Commission Act is a bunk plan,
Bunk deal.
because the prince couldn't execute everything in a short matter of time before being executed. And with that being said, Aole Federal Rec, William Isla, that's your favorite job, Fed Rec. No way, no how. If you want to be like Isla, sign up now.
right? We're gonna start seeing all the crisis actors, all the A-listers come out, right, for this one, right? Who got the most lays on, right? Who wants to be the homecoming king, right? So Kaika Hele, come talk to your community. If you forgot, maybe you was flying around someplace you never hear. We told the DOI already.
Yeah.
All the law, beat it.
Yeah.
We don't want federal recognition. We don't want piecemeal types of, you know what I mean, genocidal policies to continue to perpetuate the fraud of the fake state and the federal relationship that it supposedly maintains. And we want the truth, right? We want the truth, gang. We cannot have fraudulence. We will not tolerate it anymore. Hawaii is illegally occupied.
Yes.
This is the Hawaiian Kingdom, ko Hawaii pai aina. Our national rights are still needing to be addressed properly, right? The injustice, the injury for 128 years.
This is 1 week after that.
Dealt with.
One week
Right.
from the last time we talked. We had this conversation last week.
Yeah.
This is exactly a week later from the 120th, right?
Yeah.
Commemoration. Then they come up with this to try and get the casino and everything to go down.
We
One time.
know every new administration, this is how they like to play the game, especially the Democrats, right? They like to roll the dice with our lives, with our EVs.
Right.
So I just want to shout out to Kaika Hele again, because I don't want you to go down that route and get egg all over your face and take cracks and take the leg kicks that's going to come with it, because we are not going to accept piecemeal, half-baked ulu, fed wreck shenanigans. Kalamai, aole loa.
No.
Yeah.
That's what, homework. Not going to
So-
allow those things to happen or manifest in 2021.
We do not party with Uncle Sam.
Oi.
All right, that's not our party. It's not a pa'ina. Where's the food? Right?
And here we go. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. DHP, and we got one more to go before we go. Constitutional oath breaker. Who you got?
Constitutional oath breaker of the day.
Put the constitutional oath
Who
breaker up.
you want? Who you want?
You know who I gotta go with. Isha Boink.
Ige.
Ige. Well, homework this week. Ige continues to spin out of control. Cutting back on the kumus. Trying to spend $30 million to fix his broken toilet.
Sicko.
And then you have another $700 million that could possibly affect our local business owners, family members, and community members.
Right.
To me, he continues to be the epitome of a constitutional violator that the state has to consider this dung beetle to be.
Give him the putty.
He has to.
Boom.
He has
Where's
to.
the paddle at, gang? Give him that putty. Give him that kawila.
Gene's uncle gotta get putty.
Wow, speaking of constitutional oath breakers, right? Shout out to the Okinawans out there going through their identity crisis here in the fake state of Hawaii. But we see you. We know who you are. We know what you're up to, even if you're hiding in the weeds, waiting in the grass.
And now, as we do always, the sponsors, the down sponsors. Give me my bottle right now.
Bam!
Where's the bottle?
Fight it, don't fight it. Don't forget about Baita, alright? They got fish. You hungry? They sold out early today, so make sure if you're going tomorrow, you get there between 10:30 and 2:30. The fish is always fresh, and the kanakas is always solid.
Mahalo
What
to
you
the
got?
sponsors as always. Ku aloha aina. We're coming into cool season, wrapping right around.
Bam!
Oh, and then I got my extract, but where's my powder?
The oven
Where's the
drip,
powder?
boy. We drink them all already.
Oh,
We
sorry.
drink that.
We had a kanoa. The kanoa is pow.
We had the late afternoon dark side, you know.
So
what
now,
you think we was up
We get
to,
the
right?
extract. We down to the extract, Kako. Check them out, the poi bowls, the acai bowls, the kalua pigs, the fresh bites. Down on the Li'i Drive, the only Kanaka spot
Pretty much.
Check
man.
it out, man. If you guys got time out there,
Shout
make sure
out.
to use your mask, social distancing, because you don't want to get tagged.
Shout out to Homesteady.
Homesteady.
Hey, Hawaii, some new swaggy coming out. Make sure you guys always support local, support the community, support the homesteaders. Never sell out for fake monopoly money bag from the fake state and the doodle ball rollers.
Yes,
Never crap up on the table.
and I know
DHHL, Tyler Games, and the
I know
freak
there
shows.
hasn't been a lot going on, but
Never
we've been.
that, never
Go ahead
that.
and check out Kia Ikawaula.
They're still there.
They had some great
Hey,
conversations
they still
this
there.
past weeks.
Right.
So go ahead, check them out, get connected. Uncle guys are still living it, they're still doing it, and it's still a real thing. So just because nothing's going on, go ahead, support Kahoma Valley, Kia Ikawaula. Check out the Hawaiians and the homies and the families out there.
You already know it, Kanakas.
Yep.
It's a new year, same old fake state crap, but we got 128 years of healing ahead of us. So
Yeah.
let's pull through, baby, for the kupunas, for the aumakuas, for
Yep.
the ali'is, for the kua, for the aina.
Aina. Ku aloha aina. Ohana.
Yes, love you guys.